Hi, this is Sherry. I hear an echo. I just want to make sure that if it's coming across for you, I'm going to shut this camera off, and I think it'll make a difference. Just let me leave it here. Get out of here. Testing. I'm gonna. You know how it is. I'll go over here so you got one of me. Now you should be able to hear me, right? So I'll go back and I'll say, hey, hi to Katie from the Greenland Quilter. She was the first one in. And I had to, and there's Kathy Klein from Central Illinois, Sewing on the Bluff. She's on the road. That is, Jessica. I always want to call you by each other's name. I want to call you by Lori's name because hers reminds me of your name. There's Lisa there. She's saying, hi, Sherry. No voice, just a beat. Okay. I'm really doing good, aren't I? Okay. Now can you hear me? That I got rid of the music. Can you tell it's been 2 weeks? It's been 2 weeks. And I had intro music playing and I forgot to shut it off. I didn't realize it would overdo my voice. But anyway, again, this is the third time that I'd like to welcome everybody to my channel, to the Sew and Talk Tuesdays. I have been gone for 2 weeks. A lot's been going on. Katie, the Greenland Quilter, was the first one in here today. And let's see, we have Kathy Klein from Central Illinois. We have Lori from Sewing on the Bluff. We have Lisa from Awkward Quilter, GA. And then let me see. I think we're doing good. Yes, voice and music. Okay, there is music playing in your live. Yes, only voice. That is great. I thought I was losing my mind, Katie says, with music, and rebooted my screen. No, it's me. It's me. I'm sorry. But I had everything laid out. Everything was good. I had it set up. But then I thought, I'm going to test this echo because I had a feeling that there could have been an echo. So, but we don't need two cameras. It's going to show the same thing. So anyhow, I hope everybody's having a good day. I know, Lisa, I told Jessica that that's what I want to do. I always want to call her Lori because she's quilting in the country. And this is sewing on the bluff. I don't know, this is just the way my brain is deciphering it, but I know the difference. I hope everybody is having a good day today and that you've had a good week. We have a lot going on. Like I said, today what I am going to do, though, is I want to share with you a pattern that I'm sewing. And this way you can, if you want to sew it on your own or sew with me, you can. I'm just checking to see who's on here. Okay, we're good. The pattern I'm going to use, I got to take a breath. The pattern I'm making is called Scrap Petal Garden. It's a PDF download. It is that you do have to pay for it. Cabin in the Woods is the one who is the writer, and you can go on cabininthewoods.com and download this. But look at this. This is cool. Isn't that a cool pattern? It's background, and then you do the orange peels and make a flowers. And this is a little bit lighter picture that you can see. So I thought this would be fun. This is a good scrap buster if you want it, you know. But Jessica, I missed you guys too. It's been hard. It's been very hard. Melissa makes quilts. Nice to see you here. Yeah, I had a lot going on. This month, I had a birthday. Turned 16 again. In fact, no, I turned 17. If you notice the thumbnail on this, today's Sew and Talk Tuesday is a picture of me when I was 17 years old that I posted as the thumbnail. I thought, hey, you know, I'll share when it was good days. So I had a birthday, and that was nice. My daughter took me out, and my husband went. We went to, it was Wine and Design, and we did like ceramic tile art where we made a stand. Well, we didn't make the stand. We made the round piece that had the tiles in it and the grout, and then you could place it on a stand. And we each did that. And it was interesting. We got home, and my husband went to take them out and dropped them. They flipped them upside down, and every piece came out. So, well, thank you, Katie, for the happy birthday wish. Thank you, Melissa. Yeah, we just, I wasn't worried about it because, you know, those are broken pieces anyhow. But he had done a really cool one. There was ones, tiles that had hexagon shapes, and he did a hexagon in the middle and went on out to the edge. But I went to Michael's. We saved our tiles. I went to Michael's. I got some more grout. I know how to do that. We've grouted ceramic floor before, so anyway, we'll refix it, and then I'll share it with you at that time. But that was an event. My sister came, my youngest sister, my little sister, from Iowa. She was here for a week, and it was nice to see her. And her granddaughter came with her. Her granddaughter's name is Exie, and Exie was my mother's name. So she was named after my mother, which she never got to meet. But it's special. And to tell you the story is that real quick is that So my, let me see, my aunt's granddaughter had a daughter and named it Maxine. And Maxine was the grandma's name. So now there's a Maxine and Exie again. I think that is so cool. So anyway, we did that. I'm just going to fill you in a little bit, or else let's start on this project. I'll tell you about our episodes and our or whatever with the camper and selling it and all that. So anyhow, what I decided is with this, in this pattern, I mean, I really feel that she's given you guidelines more than she's given you instructions. She'll tell you how many, well, except for the petals, she'll say how many to cut out. There is a template that comes with this that you can make. You can make your, sorry about that. Let's see if I can get this right. So you can make your orange pills. This is half of the large one, and then the circles. And so she does say how many to make, depending on the size quilt you're going to do. Now, you can do whatever size quilt you want. And I decided, I don't know what size I'm making, but I'm making it in neutrals. There was, I had these charm packs. Yeah. And they were all like men's colors. And I've had them for like 4 or 5 years, and I didn't know what to do with them. There's other colors than this, but this is ones I haven't sewn together yet. I thought, well, I can use those. And then I thought, well, I have a lot of this fabric that never ends. Mona will understand that. A fabric that never, or Lisa, that never goes away, that no matter what you do, you still end up with some. So I did some 5-inch on that. So I decided I would do some 5 inches. And I thought I would do some 10-inch squares. And so I cut out some 10-inch squares and I cut out some 5-inch squares. Now, I'm not giving you her measurements. This is my measurements. And I decided just to switch it up. She says how big hers is. It's about the same, but anyway, I took and like I did this out of my fabric, and I did have the other, I thought here, sorry about that. Oh, right in front of my face. This is my 5 by 10. So if I have 10 and 5, if I have 5-inch squares and I sew them together, by the time I do this will work. And don't worry if your seams will match up, but your edges, when you're sewing them together, you may want to trim them. And then you'll put a couple of sections together, and then you may trim those. But it doesn't matter. You just add. So I wanted a little bit of difference with color. And I had this fabric left over. Oh, I wanted to put, they had a little bit of blue in there. So I thought I'd put this lighter blue somewhere in my project. But I had done, let me see if I can get a couple of colors here. See, this is the blue. Now, like it's for a man, but you put flowers on it, it's going to be cool. That's all I got to say. So this is a 4-patch. That's all I did. And then if it needed to be trimmed, because this is almost like, see this here? How this needs to be trimmed? This is like shirting. It was different than a normal charms pack. So I'll trim that off before I sew anything to it. And then here's another one. And what I can do is sew these together in quadrants, units of 4. So I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these, and then decide if I want to go bigger. Oops, I'm losing. Is the music still on? Let me see. I'll check. It's not supposed to be on. Okay, Jean, I hope that it is off. Okay, I did background music. I just muted it. It wasn't there. I didn't have it going, so I'm sorry. Let's see. I did say hi to Melissa Makes Quilts. She's saying hi to everyone. Thanks, Katie, for telling them to hit the thumbs up. If you want to share your channel, just type in share, and it'll share in the comment section. Jean came back in. Music is off. Good. No music. Yay. Woohoo. Yeah, just type share. But I want to show you a little bit. And this is fun. I think I even pulled these. These are layer cakes. So I pulled some of this color. Thought that would be good in it. There's prints. Now I may not do that. That might be busier than I want. But this is just a little bit, just to give a little bit of difference. I do like the writing, which I already have used, but I want to show you. And then I'm just going to sew, and we're going to talk, and we're going to see what's been happening with everybody. How's that? Let me get this out of my way so I don't end up not being able to find my stuff, because you know me. That's what would happen. I'll show you 2 panels that I've done so far. And then from these, I can put these together. This is like a 4x4. Let me see. I want to be able to show it to you the best. So this is one section or quadrant. Then I did this one. This is fun seeing this go together. And see, they're different. I did the writing here. They're different lengths, but it doesn't matter because they're the same in width. So if I wanted to put these 2 together, I would do it on my 10-inch. And it's only one seam that I would probably match. And that would probably be here. So anyhow, what I am saying is you can pull your 5-inch squares and make a background. I'm doing a neutral background so that my flowers will pop. And you can do 10-inch squares. You can do every one of them 10-inch squares. You can do fat quarters for your background. Then for your petals, which I'm not going to show anything of that today, that'll be next week I'll show, is you use scraps. Bigger, not big scraps, but you want to put the adhesive backing on, which I'll go into that next week also. But anyway, if I can sew this together, and I actually have I have a row of, if I wanted to do a small throw, I'd actually have one row, and then it depends on how far down I want to go. So let me get this out of the way and get a little organized, and then I'm going to check on the chat here. I sew my pieces. Hopefully you can see this. Let me, if I bring it down, you can't see me. There. I lay out my pieces, like the 4 that I think I want put together. Just to, that's just me. You can do them randomly if you want. That's okay. I like this, I think. Okay. So I would lay this 4 out. Then I would sew my pair of 2s together. Now this isn't a tutorial. This is basically just me talking through what I'm doing. So then I have more that I can do. And I want to say a few things with you. Now quilting in the country, Lori's here. Hi. Jessica and Lori both are here. And Fraternity's here. Hi, everyone. Lisa, that's okay. I accept your lurking. It's important, that you take the time to lurk. And Sheila's here. Melissa makes quilts. She's saying hi. Anyway, I'm just going to take these and sew them up while we talk. Okay, like I said, hopefully this isn't too loud. Let me know. We did sell our RV. I loved camping and doing that, but I was the only one that was going out. My husband wasn't going out there very much. So after you've been there for 5 years, it's like the same thing over and over, all the activities and everything. They always had the same thing. Well, I only want to do, they'll do bingo in 3 different ways. Karaoke bingo, regular bingo, and just music bingo. I would lose on that. And then the price was interesting for the karaoke. It went on up to, it went up. It was $5 to be there, and that was to help pay for the DJ and that. Now I see that it's raised to 10. They don't get any new activities, nothing else happening, but they raised the prices. So we decided, I says to my husband, I says, it's time. I says, it's time that we sell it. So I got a little bit ready before July, took a little bit home. Then we listed it and we got a call, and the guy came out and says he wanted it. And within 3 days, while my sister was here, we ended up unloading that, cleaning out all the compartments, cleaning the RV, taking a deck apart for my son-in-law to have. It was just crazy for that whole weekend. My poor husband just, I don't think he could have done any more than what he did. But anyhow, that's done, and that's good. So I'm happy about that. Let me see. Now I think, what do I want to do here? Then we had an anniversary. It was our 46th wedding anniversary this year. Went to the melting pot. That was nice. He had called ahead of time, and they had roses laying on our table, and then a dozen roses in a vase for us. And a card, which that was nice. Now, I know I've told some of you, but ever since we've been married, my husband's got me a rose for every year we've been married, starting with, well, the first year he got me a dozen roses, but one was red. The other was a different color, but the red. And then he kept on increasing it. So, yes, I got 46 roses this year. Let me see if I can get you guys in the comments so I can see you on the computer here. It'll be a lot easier for me. Yes. Joyce says, sitting here wondering what is wrong with my eyes. Everything was blurry. Then I realized I was still wearing my reading glasses. Joyce, that's okay. You belong to our club. It's okay. Those things happen. I looked all over for these glasses today, and they were right where they should have been, but for some reason I didn't notice them. There's a lot a lot of people that's been doing a lot of neat things, a lot of nice little projects and stuff like that, and got some stuff going on. I think what it is we're kind of wanting to. Our summer is crazy, so we take a little bit of a break when we do need it. We may not do any big projects because, first of all, it will consume a lot of time. And then we can't enjoy the summer. Hi, Deb. And no one else probably wants to spend a lot of time doing great big projects. But it's going to be August. September's going to be here, and we're going to get busy, huh? We're all going to get busy again. I'll put these here. Whoop. Turn my camera on. Oh, well, it can stay on. So I just did my 4-patch. I'll press that, and if there's any part that needs to be trimmed a little bit, I'll trim that off, and it'll go in my pile. I have to ask you, you don't have to like it, but do you like the quilt? Do you like the idea of being able to do a background and then it's applique? The orange pills is going to be applique on. You're going to fuse them on, and then you can either do a straight stitch around it, or you can do a blanket stitch or a zigzag around each petal. But I think I'm going to do the straight stitch because what will happen is over time, that petal, the fabric will fray. And I like that look. So that's what I'm going to go for this time. Let's see. Mom. Oh, hi. Let me see. I saw Deb. Okay. You're funny, Joyce. I just came back on that. So anyhow, all I'm doing is just sewing up a little bit. I thought I'd have a lot to talk about. We are going back to Iowa on, we leave Friday and we'll come back on Monday. It's the celebration of life for my brother-in-law, my sister's husband. And there's going to be a lot of people there, a lot. He knew a lot of people. They both live in the community all their life, and he was a farmer. So a lot of people I went to school with also became friends with my sister in him because he has a younger brother who they were friends with, and that kind of put them together, you know, in the loop and that. But Yeah, we were surprised, but he went very peacefully. No illness. He just went. So that's the way. That's all we can ask, huh? Oh, good, good, Lori. Yeah, because they show that you could do it. You can do placemats too, and do the little petals. Oh, cool. Well, maybe it is this. I wonder if it is this pattern then. I got the computer and I could see what you say, but I'm so used to using my phone. Lori, you going to do that up soon? You going to do? Oops. Show us what you did. I thought it would be pretty in a wall hanging, because you could, you know, you don't have to worry about is it gender, is it for man, it's for a woman or whatever. But oh, where is that? I'm sorry, I got it here somewhere. I started pulling some fabrics, but I'm not done. I got to get some yellows and different ones. But these are some of the fabrics that I thought I would do for my petals because they show different colors. Like this one. I like the floral. Another floral. Little psychedelic. Blue. Blue. Little flowers. Same one, but in pink. This is a batik, which is really pretty. I really like the orange. Now it's not going to fray so easy, but then this has a lot of multi crazy pattern flower. And then I like this, but I think I need to put some, I'd like to put some yellow, I think, or something. Maybe more orange. I don't know. Look at this. I like this. I look at this and with the big pretty flower. Then I had from my, I can't use this, so can I? Oh, I think I can for the small. Yes, this was cut off the sides of a customer's quilt. So when it's this size, I don't give it to them. They get everything bigger than this. This is big enough that I can do some butterflies. I like that too. You know what? I could put a little gold in there. That might look good because there's gold in here and there's another one here that had gold. I don't know. Tell me your opinion. What colors should I add? Because I'm going to have 3 flowers, one big bloom, then 2 smaller blooms. I think maybe it's medium and then a small one. So I can really use this. Now, I pulled from here because from my bigger scraps because they had the most color variation in my scrap pile, which these aren't really scraps, but some are, some aren't. But you got to use your fabric, right? It doesn't matter. You just got to use your fabric. Oh, look at this. I got to tell you about this. Does anybody recognize this fabric at all? I want to see if anybody knows. Yeah, it will be cheerful, Lori. I like your wall hanging idea. The floral one. Is it this floral one? I bet you it is. I got a grab bag. Well, it might be this one. At my guild. And here it is. Is it this one? I got a grab bag. And it's like every other month, we take our scraps that we don't want or we're not going to use and we put them in bags and people can go through, take what they want, no charge. And I took a bag from somebody and I got this. Then when I looked, you can't hardly see, but it says Tula Pink. So I got some Tula Pink fabric. So it's going to go in there. I think that's a quarter of a yard. What can you do, you know? So this should be interesting. So I'll play with now what I'll do is I'll take this piece and decide how many I want to do of this, maybe, or take this whole thing and put the fusible on the back. Then I'll trim out my leaves or my petals. Sheila says it looks familiar. Love the big floral one. Yeah, me too. The only Tula I have, Joyce says, is what came in a scrap bag. That's how I got this one. Can't afford the other. Or I can afford it, just don't want to pay for it. That's the problem. I really like some of the Liberty prints, which is really expensive. And what's the other one? Tilda. I love Tilda. There's some Tilda in here. And I think this might be Tilda. But and at least you can get Tilda and it's not so expensive. Look, it looks like there's that same flower, but in blue. And see how it has a little gold tint? I don't know. I'll look at the fabrics. I think I'll have fun. Maybe I shouldn't put any yellow in. Maybe I should go with I see gold in a few of these. I might go with more, not solid gold, but accent it out. And it'll go because I'm doing neutrals, basically. So that'll all go with the background. I can't wait to do it. But does that have a name on it, that blue that matches the other one? I don't think so. No, it's a fat quarter, but it's there's nothing on the salvage, on this salvage. I think I got this. Oh, did I get Tilda? I can't remember. I don't remember where I got this, but I wanted some, floral fabrics. So, let me see if it's on here. I'll find it if I can. Nope, not on here. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what else I might have gotten from them. Might have gotten this, but this wouldn't necessarily be the same line. Nope. The salvage has been cut off. They must be a quilt shop that likes to keep salvages. Because they did. So anyhow, I like it. What I like about these is that they look like watercolor in some of those, and I like the watercolor. That's why the butterflies I thought went good with it. So let's see. Oh, you're right, Joyce. That would be a great one block wonder. It was either Fat Quarter Shop. I'm trying to think. Probably Fat Quarter Shop, I think, because I don't order from a lot of them. So I think it might have been the Fat Quarter Shop. You could go on there. I could either you can take a screenshot. If anybody wants to do a screenshot. Yeah, Joyce, I love Tilda. I think it's something you can get, but it's reasonable, reasonably priced. Quilted Twins is a good place to shop at. I just got an order that I did because we're doing. I can't say anything about it other than there's a collaboration that's going to be going on, and Lisa's in charge of it. So I ordered some fabric from there because I want to try out what I think I might want to make. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying no more. I hope I didn't say more than I needed to or should have. So, hey, has anybody started their Christmas stuff yet? Or Christmas sewing or planning for Christmas gifts? Even if you haven't sewn, I want to know. And I want to know what month you really start doing those gifts, like for your friends or neighbors or to have on hand. Last year I started in the end of August to and really got going in September, but I had all my stuff done. Oh, and give me some ideas. What can I do? I made bowl cozies for my neighbors last year. They loved them. Some wanted more than two. But you know, that's always good to give. Did you get, let me see. I don't think I have it in here with me. No, I don't. Well, that will be another day. Okay, you guys think, are you thinking about when you're going to start your Christmas, or did I just this week I'll work on my blocks here and get my sections put together, and I'll show you and measure it and let you know what my background is that I decided to do. You know, you can do this without, I shouldn't say this. You could do it without a pattern. Use your imagination. If you have a template for orange peel, or you have the template, orange peel template, you're good. You just need 2 different sizes. But to me, it was worth downloading her pattern. Okay, got that. Oh, yeah. Well, maybe you should, Sheila. Sheila can't think about Christmas right now because it's too hot outside. That's why I says maybe we should think of that. Now when we go to Iowa, it's going to be like 20 degrees cooler than it is here, which should be pretty nice, though. But it's like, am I going to have to wear a sweater? Because your body gets so accustomed to the temperature that you live in. Anybody go on any special, let's see, any special retreats? There really isn't any. Oh, there is retreats. Yeah, individually. Donna had some in that she had done. I'd like to go to one of hers, but they're too far away. And then by the time you pay for everything and all that. Now, there's a place here in North Carolina that you can rent. Yep. It's hot in Iowa. Yep. I know. It is. It's supposed to cool down here in a couple of days. So Iowa is always cooler. It's north, central. It's central USA, Midwest, exactly Midwest. Oh, Jessica was on a retreat. Oh, Jessica's going on a retreat in 3 or 4 years, weeks. Um, Jessica, is it Donna's? One Donna's putting on, or some of your friends? Retreats are fun. Uh, if you can get the place that you can hold the retreats, you can organize one. It doesn't have to be fancy, It doesn't even have to be overnight. It could be a 1 day retreat. But there's one that I went to, and I can't remember the name of the town, but it was very close to where Jess lives. I mean, close. It was a very good retreat. And I think they're going to do one again in February. So I want to invite her because she's going to be, not in February, in January. She's going to be so close that I think she'd enjoy it because I don't know if she's ever done a retreat. Oh, you're going to have fun. I went to one in Virginia that had like a Boy Scout camp, and they rented out the cabins. We had all the cabins. We had um, the conference rooms. There was different rooms that was not set up for sleeping, and then they had I'll say the mess hall. So we got 3 meals a day, and it was fun. It was a good time. I went to that probably 4 years, and I taught 1 year there. But I realized it's more fun going and participating than it is to go. Sit back, eat your M&Ms and potato chips. You will have fun, Jessica. Take an extension cord with you. Oh, have you ever been on a retreat, Jessica? That's what I want to ask. If you any, I'm gonna have a drink of water. If anyone has not been to a retreat, which you do want to have an extension cord, it's nice to have a little light that can be by additional to your sewing. Make sure you have your presser foot and cord to your sewing machine. A cushion is nice because your back end will get sore, either your back end or your back. Oh, yeah. You're going to have fun. October will be nice to Kathy to go on a retreat. Yeah, the one I went to here in North Carolina was our guild. We went to that, and it was a three day or 3 night, and they raise sheep, and that was the time of year that they were gonna the pregnant sheep was gonna give birth, and we thought that maybe it would happen during our time, but it was like a week later, week and a half. Oh, Melissa, you went to your first retreat this past weekend. It was virtual. Oh, I like those too. Virtual retreats from home is nice. There's different ones that will put those on, and you can, you know, go in, and maybe the door's open to what you can do with that. It can be either just sewing along or have a little project type thing that you work on and then do your sewing also. But yeah, the door's open for virtual retreats on what you can do. I understand, Lisa. I have to have a place where I can go. I have to. I. I don't think I would go back to Cedar Lakes. That's where the big one was, because there's so many people. I don't think I could handle that many people that at that time. But the smaller retreats, you can. And there's always a place within the area that hosts the retreats that is a very quiet space, either back into your bedroom, or there may be sitting areas that you can go read or do hand stitching. That's nice because then you get away from the chatter and the noise of the machines and all that, and it's like, oh, brings you right down. It helps. Oh, what me? Okay, what what's the wool adapters like for the chairs? I'm not sure. You'll have to post a picture of that and too. Hi, Joe. Let us know if there's any good deals at Walmart, okay? Oh, Melanie, hi. Oh, yeah, the Alaska one, Joyce, that Becca and Ian and Tiffany is going to be, would be great, but I don't think you're guaranteed you'll be able to sew. Well, only thing with that is, yeah, if you want to put, it's big bucks because you're not only paying for the cruise, you're paying for your flight or your transportation. If you want to take certain classes with certain teachers, you may have to pay extra too. But I think that the venue that they have is wonderful for the first retreat that they've put together. You know, they we'll see how it goes. I don't think I could cruise anymore. I went on a cruise one time, I think, and I enjoyed it, but I couldn't do all that those people anymore. Too confined. COVID happens in cruise ships. Yeah, but it's buying ship supplies. Yeah, yeah. I don't know if they're. I haven't really kept up on their retreat, but I don't know if they have a company that would sponsor them with sewing machines for everybody, or if whoever was sewing had to bring their own. You know, there's some they're big, you know, big enough that I think that they could probably get a sponsor or a local, you know, like I'm just throwing out the name, Bernina. Uh, there might be a local shop that's pretty big that, yeah, they may say, yeah, we'll give you X amount of machines. And anybody who wants to buy one, they get it for this price or whatever, and you get a discount. So they do that a lot. Melissa is going to see you, Joe. She's heading to Walmart in 5 minutes. I need a greeting. I need to go to the store. Hi, Melissa. How are you? I may have bought fat quarters. Yeah, I have to go to the store today. There's too many little bitty things that I need that I don't have. And I'm trying to watch what I'm eating right now. So you can't go with your old traditional, let me see what I can grab thing. You got a plan. So, um, some retreats aren't pricey. Like that one I went to with my guild, there was 14 of us. It was everything. And it was like $300 per person to stay for 4 days of sewing, but 3 nights. That's pretty reasonable with your meals and that included. But yes, the big cruises, I mean, the big retreats, the big venues, they are. It depends on where they go, how much they have involved, and whether or not the people are. See, with my guild, we were doing it to get together to do it. But a lot of retreats, people are trying to organize them, and they want to be able to recoup some of their money or make some money off of them. So the bigger retreats, yeah, there's going to be a little bit more expense with that, but they bring a lot of the big retreats bring in big teachers, and if you bring in big teachers, then you need big bucks. So, well, anybody have any other questions? If not, I can let you all go. And it was so good to be spending some time with you. I really enjoyed it, and I've missed you guys. I haven't been able to be well, I can't think of a word of it now. I haven't been able to communicate as often as I would like to and be active, but it's now I'll be able to more. So it's all good, and I appreciate your friendship and your understanding. See, my nearest quilt shop charges too much per yard for Moda fabric. Yeah, Moda's good fabric, but it's quilt store quality, as they would say. Thank you, Lori. It's nice seeing you too. Yep, you gotta pick and choose. There's good we got lots of resources now. So if we was doing a show quilt, maybe we'd do more expensive per yard. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that you're inspired, Jessica, to. I hope I got the name. Yeah, Jessica. See, my brain's gone. To use your low volumes. I just had these. I had these just sitting. I mean, you guys, I have more of these. If I don't use them, they might end up in a giveaway. So, because, you know, you can only do so many things. So, but they would make nice quilts for donation quilt to do that. It'd be a great idea. And then you could put some little figure, you know, do your backgrounds, have them sitting in the corner, whatever, use your scrap fabrics up. And then when you're ready and you get an idea, you can put something on the top of it. So, okay, it was great to see all of you. And I'll see you around. I'm going to go now. Have a good day and a good week.